Alpha.
All day, baby. All day. All day. All day. Hey, check 24.
Now Manning. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Manning. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 41, Prescott. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
We're scoreless after 1. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Week 9 wrapping up here tonight at MetLife Stadium. Time to look ahead to Week 10. Thursday night football. We'll be heading cross-country tomorrow to get out to the Bay Area. We'll see the Chargers and the Raiders from the East Bay. The Raiders down to 4. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Here we go. 30 base. Look, squeeze.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch, third in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop.
At the 4-yard line.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Let's go, D. Go. Hey, echo. 54. Mike 50. Hey, ready?
Working from the gun. Manning. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone.
We got this.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Everybody, chill. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Under. Motion. Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott, and it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And that's Elliott, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Slam. Check 3.
They'll give to Elliott. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Watch the slash. Check. We're going to 53.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On second down now. It's Scott. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And able to push his way forward here for a good little game. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Boston Scott, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Footing always a concern. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question.
He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
He's checking.
Leo.
Watch out.
This is Gallman. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Rock it.
Kill. Check safety.
Hard.
Check 24.
Gallman will run it. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
29 is look at me. Zipper. Dude.
Throwing now is Manning. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check three, check three, check three. Yes, yes. Bravo. 29 is the Mike 20. Hey, Sam off.
From the gun, it's Manning. This will be caught inside the 10. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Manning. They're going to Gallman here on the screen. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, exit. Let's get off the field. 29 is the Mike 29. I got him. Hey, seam 6. Mike 29.
To throw, it's Manning. He shakes him off. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Hey, Zoo, look at me.
Again, it's Manning. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So we come upon halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo. General West. He can't hang.
Manning now on first down, sliding out of the pocket. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now Gallman. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 44, Manning. His throw incomplete. Pierre Gar. On the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
Incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
Ready, set. Mike 29. Yep. Recon, 132 fighter. Smooth. Mike 29.
Now Jones, operating from the gun, finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First and 10 at the 47.
On first and 10, Jones. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Watch twist. Squeeze. Hey, lock it. 26.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Down. 18 Gator. Topper. Hey, orbit. Leo. Go.
From the gun, Jones. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Safety's creeping.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Hey, high 7.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. And this is Shepard on the catch. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that makes...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Jones. Smith catches left side. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On the ready. Bear. Slam. 6-6. Pull it high. You're out. They go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. His pass caught at the 4. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Wayne Goldman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Prescott off play action. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now it's Tate. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They start on the ground with Gallman. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. Third down here.
Let's go. 30 base. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Danny. Coaching spell. Whip. Watch the go.
Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, Haywood. 54 is Mike. Look, squeeze. 54, watch 54.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, lock it. Leo. Yo, cheetah.
Throwing Jones. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Hey! Nate, Sam off! Hey, wahoo! Mike 54. Watch the out. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Gone.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Elliott. And some space here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Got it. Look at me. Score. General West. Ready.
Now Jones on 1st down. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, Delta.
Operating from the gun. Jones looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And some room to run now. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 50, plant. You're out.
Let's go, baby. Undercrush. Let's go.
The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. That's complete to Gallman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's Smith. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and a mile. Jones operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 4th down, Jones. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very...
The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 13, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit quicker than if you're a quarterback. Too many things still going through his mind. And on that play, the rookie defender won the battle.
He gets away from one. Oh, Prescott stripped.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Elliott. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Kareem Martin up to make the tackle. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Cowboys, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis.